Good morning, my friends. Happy day 28. We're closing in on the final few practices in this 30 days of yoga. I've really loved doing it. It's been really, really good for me. Some days I have not wanted to be on the mat, but I end up feeling better. So we're just going to have a nice, simple practice, very straightforward to just start our day. This can be done seated or standing, of course. And we're just going to start in an easy seat. I'm going to sit folded over on my legs because that's most comfortable. You can also be sitting cross-legged or perhaps even with your legs out in front if that feels good. I didn't bring any tools outside with me today, no blocks, no nothing. So we're just going to move our bodies the best we can. I put my water on the garden right before I came to the mat, and it kind of needed an adjustment. And I reached down and there was a snake. I'm getting better about not screaming. As the summer goes on, I'm more used to it. I just had a baby scream, like a whisper of a scream, but I still screamed. All right, right hand goes down. Left hip starts to lift. Left arm. Oh, good morning. When you get to the top, circle your wrist a few times. Slowly lower it. Place the left hand down by your side. Reach up. Right arm. Lift your right hip. Rotate your wrist. Should feel delicious. Lower your right hand one more time. Make it bigger. This time we're going to reach up and over. Come back up. Lower it. Right arm goes up and over. Beautiful. Come back up. Bring your hands behind you. Grab the wheels of your chair or behind your chair. If you're on the floor like me, just reach your hands back. I have my hands in a little tripod. You might also have flat hands, and then just lift your heart here. Just lift your heart. It's early in the practice, so it may not feel great to lift your chin too much. We'll get there and come back up. Bring your hands around. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. If you want a little bit more, reach up with your right hand and just gently pull. Let's switch sides. Left ear, left shoulder. Again, if you want a little more, left hand to the head and gently pull. Come back up, drop your chin to your chest, get a nice stretch for behind the neck. Come back up, interlace your fingers into a basket. Bring your hands behind your head. Now we're going to press the head down, pull the belly in, round the spine, and just feel a nice stretch all the way from the tail, through the shoulder blades, through the neck. If you're sitting folded over like me, I also feel a nice stretch in my quads as I lean back. Rise back up, and let's transition our way to all fours. If you're staying in a chair, you're going to stay with that same shape of our bodies on the floor as you are in the chair. So the thighs, the shins, the feet, nice straight spine. And we're just going to find some cat and cow. So if you're in a chair, you'll just follow along. Same thing as we think about the heart here. So press against your thighs if you're in a chair, the floor if you're on the floor with me. Round your spine, straighten your arms. Leo would love to be out here. I don't know if you can hear him meowing, but he's watching. All right, here we go. Reverse it. Pull the heart through. If you're in a chair, the elbows will probably bend. Lift your nose. Feel that. Ooh, feels so good in the morning. Exhale to round. Inhale to press your heart through. Start to lift your chin a little higher. Exhale to round. So nice. One more. Inhale to lift. Oof. Exhale to round. Now I'm going to come back to tabletop. We're just going to look over our left shoulder. As you do that, kind of shimmy your hips to the right. Come back to center, look over your right shoulder, shimmy your hips to the left. Come back to center. We're going to straighten the right leg. So if you're in a chair, just straighten it out in front, toes go up. On the floor, let's press through the heel and get a really nice stretch for the calf muscle. Beautiful. Let's switch. Left leg goes straight. Press, press, press. Lots of flexion in the foot. Should feel nice. All right, come back to tabletop. Here we go. If you're on the floor with me, we're going to come to a push-up. If you're in a chair, just sit really tall. Maybe lift both knees to engage the core. Try not to use your hands if you're in a chair. Just lift, lift, lift. We're going to hold this. We can do it for 5 breaths. 4 breaths. Try not to sag through the hips. Try not to dump through the upper back. Puff up the heart. You have this. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. If you're in a chair, lower your feet. If you're on the ground, lift your hips, downward facing. Beautiful dog. All right, let's do a little fun thing. We haven't done much of this for 30 days. Come back to the push-up. If you're in a chair, lift your knees. Try not to use your hands. Here we go. Right leg tucks the elbow and comes back. If you're in a chair, you just pulse the leg up higher. Left to left. We're going to keep going. Right to right. Left to left. Right to right. Left to left. 1 more each side. Lift. Lift. Hold. Down dog. Woo, woo, woo. Got a little belly work going, huh? Drop your knees. Drop your forearms. Stretch out your wrists. Sometimes planks can be tough. Lift your hips up. Drop your forehead. It's called puppy dog. Now reach your arms out in front. I kind of tricked you there, didn't I? I started all gentle and then got a little crazy for a minute. Let's not get crazy. All right, puppy dog is a great alternative to down dog if you have sore arms. And then just melt your heart. When we hear the word melt the heart, we're looking at just sinking. Now, if you're in a chair, you can just be in a nice forward fold here. Breathing. 1 more breath. And then begin to rise. Let's come back to all fours. No more of that nonsense. Find downward facing dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Come into a forward fold, seated or standing. Slowly rise up. Get to the very top. Oh, drop your shoulders. No more of that. I don't know what got into me. A little wild hair, I suppose. Let's go ahead and walk to the top of your mat. I have a hard time from downward facing dog walking forward because of my hips, so I tend to walk backwards. It's just easier. So we're going to be at the top of our mat. We're going to do 3 rounds of a half sun salutation, and then we're going to complete a full round of sun salutation. If you're in a chair, follow along. You know what to do in your body. And here we go. Turn your palms. Roll your shoulders up and back. Let's do a shoulder roll 1 more time. Up we go and down we go. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale down. We've done this a gazillion times this month. Inhale to roll. Exhale to drop. Inhale to lift. Exhale to swan dive or spill. You pick. Inhale to rise. Exhale to drop. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, drop shoulders. Now we're going to add on. We're going to do a full round of sun salutation. We can do this. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's take a halfway lift just to kind of reset the spine. Exhale to fold. Both feet step back to the push-up. Hips go high. Right leg lifts. Step it through. Low lunge. Inhale to rise. Whoa. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale to plank. Exhale to dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. It's going to be tough for me. I don't have my railing. Ugh. Inhale, lunge. Sorry about that. Not good for me. Exhale, hands return. Find plank. Find downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward. Get to a forward fold. and slowly rise. I have to tell you, that is so hard for me. It is so hard for me. Having been a practitioner of yoga for almost 18 years now, and that very basic sequence of lifting, stepping through, prior to my hip surgery, that was something I could do in my sleep. It just was effortless and there was a rhythm to it. So not having that ability to move my left foot through is a chance for me to take a step back and say, hold on a minute. How can I modify that so that it works with my body? Okay, so I'm going to do it a different way, the sun salutation full around a different way. And we're going to see if we can't modify a little bit, because we all have stuff, right? We all have stuff. So let's give it another try. I'm going to change up how we get there, but we're still going to come into the lunge. It'll just be delivered a little bit different. Whew. That's a walk into acceptance right there. Inhale up. Exhale, spill on over. Halfway lift and a fold. We're going to start with our left foot. Step it way back. Inhale, lunge. Beautiful. Sink and stay. Take a breath. Return your hands. Step forward. Forward fold. Inhale and rise. Okay, a little different way we get into that lunge. Let's try it on the other side. We'll see how we do. Spill over your legs. Take a halfway lift and a fold. Now you will step your right foot back and come into a lunge. Okay, there I was able to do it because I just stepped back. I didn't fold and step. Exhale, hands would go to the floor if you're able to. If not, step up and inhale to rise. Okay, so the purpose of this is to demonstrate sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. So we make an adjustment so that they work for us. And I have strived as a yoga teacher to always offer that space to do what's good for you. And what's good for me is not to fold and step, but simply to step. And that is okay. That is okay. It doesn't mean my sun salutation is invalid. And so I think people come to the yoga mat with this expectation that it's supposed to look like the Yoga Journal magazine. And in truth, it's not. It's supposed to look like you and who you are. So with that, I do want to come into a nice lunge with a side bend because it really opens up the hip flexor and the psoas muscle. So I'm going to just turn my mat so that you can see me. You do not have to turn yours. All right, I just don't feel like slipping on the deck. All right, here we go. We're going to step the left foot back and come into that sun salutation. Whoa, lunge, okay? Right knee bends a bunch. Now grab your left hand and pull it up and over. Feel that? Such a nice, beautiful opening of the left hip. Inhale to the sky. We're going to take an open twist to the right. Beautiful. Really feel that stretch through the shoulders. Now drop your right hand and bring your left hand to the sky. Beautiful. Come back to the twist. Come back to the arms high. Lower your arms and step forward. We're going to do the other side. Here we go. Right leg steps back. Left knee bends. It's so funny how our bodies change, isn't it? Inhale up. Exhale over. I find that when we attempt to live in the past and what was, we're always disappointed. We really need to learn to live in the present with what is. Up we go. Twist to the left. Drop your left hand. Reach your right hand to the sky. What was, was. What is. Come back to the twist. Back to the lunge. Lower your hands. and a giant step forward. What was and what is. That's where we really implement the principles of the practice. What was, what is. What is I'm strong, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm grateful. I'm working on myself, which is the ultimate. And I'm sharing that journey with you. Left leg becomes the tree trunk, right leg lifts. We open up our beautiful branches. Any version of a tree that you would like, hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Back up we go. Lower the hands, lower the tree. Right leg becomes the tree trunk, left leg lifts. Any version of branches that you would like. Any version. Rise back up. Soft hands return. Left foot lowers. Put your hands on your body, close your eyes. I had a big lesson yesterday in my adaptive yoga classes. Take a breath. Empty the breath. And it was about keeping our word. Doing what we say we will do. And the impacts that we have on other people when we don't keep our word. And we must first learn to keep our word to ourselves, be accountable to ourselves, so that we can be accountable to others. And part of that discovery comes on the yoga mat when we see our limitations. We see what was and what is. We are truth, which is that first yama of satya. Okay, it's not the first yama, but it is a yama. The first limb of yoga is truth. Non-harming, remember? Not pushing our body into pain. Non-stealing, stealing somebody else's disappointment and expectations by not keeping our word. We steal from them and we say we will do something and we don't. Take a breath. Empty the breath as you go about your day. Look for being in the moment, being with what is today, and holding yourself accountable today, keeping your word to others today. And that is when you truly are practicing yoga. Have a beautiful day 28. I will see you all tomorrow for day 29. Thanks for practicing with me. Take care. Bye.